So you guys might be saying, well, what happened to you? You missed a week. You disappeared. Are you not uploading anymore? Are you not streaming anymore? Nope, all those things are still happening. Only problem is I've been sick, and I still am sick. But that all being said, we've got some stuff to do around here, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started on what we need to do today. So, as I was saying, we have a lot to get done today, and one of those things, we will get to that in a second. I haven't opened that yet. One of those things is a storage unit because this is my current storage and it's just not working anymore. So, and let's go ahead and talk about this. I saw this, I've checked and made sure that I wasn't getting pranked by anybody. As you can see, there's nothing around it. And it goes for in front of it too. So let's go ahead and open it. Now, that is a nice gift. I don't know who gave this to me, but I'm not the only one that got it. A few other people have gotten it. So I appreciate that. We will add it to the diamond supply. And we'll add this to the wood products. We'll keep those out. So like I said, I have been sick, so if you guys hear any kind of, if I sound a little weird, or if, you know, there's some throat clearing, or maybe some coughing, I am sorry. I'm going to try and edit any of that out, but I'm just going to let you guys know that that is a possibility. So right here is where I want to put in the storage. Probably right here, completely remove the sheep farm and get those guys secured over here somewhere. I went ahead and removed all of the trees that were here. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the animals moved over this way, and then we're going to work on getting the storage done. Alright, so I got the area cleaned out, and I think I have an idea of what I want to do for my storage build. And my storage build is going to be more than just a storage build. It's going to be like a laboratory that's been abandoned by people that were here before I set up my house. And they built it to actually test the dragon's skull and the ribs. So I am going to have to get some of the different mob the different shriekers, mob heads, stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why I've been doing so much collecting of mob heads, is because I want to have plenty of mob heads for my quote-unquote research. And you know, I've got tropical fish, I've got, you know, some of the different mob heads like smallish beans, impulse, you know, the hermits, and then a librarian, a enderman, a creeper. And then we have a very special head right here. So many of you know I am married, and my wife doesn't play Minecraft, but I am trying to get her to, and I made her her own skin. And that's actually hers, and I will show you guys at a later point in time. Now they're not going to stack. Nice. Nice. I'll fix that later. But yeah, that's my head. It's my head. I was logged in as her skin, and I've renamed all the heads to Mrs. Buzzy107's head, because she doesn't have a username or anything like that. Plus, she's wouldn't be on the server even if she did. So, but I went ahead and I got some of this stuff in my inventory. Like, it's going to be mostly white concrete and smooth quartz. I want to try something real quick. Before we get into actually building it, I want to see how these look together. Now, the only thing I don't like because if you look very closely, these two have the same texture. This one, the smooth quartz, is just slightly wider than the mushroom block. So I don't know, I might use that if some of it's like on the ground as like maybe a dirtier version of it. But I just wanted to give you guys a basic idea of the size of it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started on planning it out, and then we'll hop into a time lapse. Alright, so after a major teardown and rebuild, this is what we got. Okay, so backstory on this build. I did find this build on Reddit. I am doing a similar version of it. I am going to be changing things here and there. I don't know when the build was done. I don't know who even built the build because it didn't give credit to the original creator of it, unfortunately. If this is your build and you're seeing this, please let me know. I will give you credit in the comments or in the description. I'll change the description to actually add comments or the credit. But, so here's the thing. Over here, this area that I've torn out right here is going to be a redstone door. Now, for me, I've never really done redstone doors before. So this is going to be interesting to say the least, mainly because it's a 3x3 doorway, and I've got to basically make it to where you walk up, you hit a button, the door opens, you come in, and you walk down, and it just closes behind you. So that's going to be interesting to see how I can make that work. I went ahead and I put in a water column right here. So we just walk up, shoots us up here. Right now all we got up here is a bed, but we will have some sciencey stuff in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish getting this all done. So we're going to go back to the time lapse. I'm going to get all this worked out as far as the actual design, and then we'll come back. Alright, so we got the build done. It looks very clean, very space age-esque, and I like it. I think that it will serve well for the kind of, I guess you could say, the lore that we have of this being a kind of a research facility spearheaded by whatever organization I work for, making sure that we keep this dragon contained. This dragon's, I don't know what you would consider it. I mean, I would say the bodily fluids, but that doesn't sound right. Basically, we're trying to keep any kind of contamination from the dragon's internal organs on our planet to a minimum, and that is why we're here. But as I said, this is going to become, right now it is a very clean, a very modern build, and I am going to take it and I'm going to twist it and make it into a less clean and modern build, which is why I already went with doing some texturing on the walls here, because we are going to get some leaves and some vines, and we are going to make this place very run down and very disoriented. Alright, so we're back, and I have done a lot of distressing, a lot of foliage added. I haven't gone in and added it into the actual structure itself yet, but I'm going to do that once I get the storage system kind of set up. So let's go ahead and take a little fly around. Now, I haven't done anything to the bottom layers. I am going to do that, but I'm going to do that with doing stairs and walls and stuff like that. That way it affects it both on the inside and on the outside on some places. But that is the plan for that. But if we come over here, you can see I added some foliage coming down, just some azalea leaves, and then, you know, I kind of did it where it would somewhat match up with where the vines were. And if you look over here, I have some on the back. I boarded up some of the windows with some spruce trapdoors. And then, you know, we've got more coming down here. The vines are coming all the way down, touching the ground. And the same thing on this side here. And then I did leave this one in particular open, as, you know, even if it's an abandoned building, you're gonna want to have some air circulation. So, you know, it's just a little bit of food for thought. Now I did take out, if we go through this little crack here, I did take out a couple of the sea lanterns, and I put some tinted glass in their place to kind of look like it's one of these bulbs, but it is blown, so that one and that one are out. And that just gave it a little bit more of a abandoned feel, in my opinion. Alright, so before we go and get the stuff we're going to need to do the redstone, which I am going to probably test out before we do it, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys around. So, you come over here, we use some walls to make like a kind of broken down piece. Let me go ahead and sleep real quick. That way we have, you know, daylight to actually look at it. So if you look at this, like I said, we used a wall to create this little section here, and then I used a stair there to make it look like it was a piece broken out, as well as some stairs in areas like this to make it look like chunks were broken out or had fallen out. And then over here on this side, you know, I made it look like there was just a chunk broken out, but it didn't break all the way through. And then we have like a whole little hole missing here. Did the same thing with the walls right here to kind of create that kind of depth variation. Now, it's not much, but it's just enough to where you can see there's a gap between this one and this one right here. Which, I mean, it's a fine detail, but I think it'll look pretty nice in the overall aesthetic of the build. Alright, so after doing a lot of testing, I found what's going to work best for this actually will be put right here. Well, we'll just break all this out because we're going to have to do some rearranging of things anyways. Alright, so right here we are going to have our 2 sticky pistons, and then here we are going to have a comparator going this way, and a chopper going this way with we'll just throw a stick inside of it. Doesn't really matter what you put in there as long as there is an item in there. And then hopper going like that. Observer going like that and like that. And then I need another piston, but I need a regular piston, so we'll come in here, we'll grab the piston. Alright, so I need a piston going here. No, down by 1. Yeah, piston going here. And then a sticky piston going there. And then we're going to have a Alright, so I had a couple things a little bit wonky, but that right there, and then we'll just throw a beehive right here, and then that goes there, beehive right here. Then if we put a lever, which we have to go grab a lever, and then we'll flip it. Ah, there we go. So like I said, this is not exactly that grand of a door, but it is a door nonetheless, and I do think that it will serve its purpose. So let's go ahead and put some of these blocks around. Now if you look in here, I actually did put a bee farm in, and it's nothing crazy. It's just 3 little bee nests, some observers, and some dispensers, and then the collection system is back here. Now I haven't decided if I want to do an auto storage or not, and I'm kind of leaning towards doing an auto storage. I just haven't gone and pulled the trigger yet. But this is a little cactus farm that I have running just while I'm working down here. And if we do that and then come over here, this is the area that I have mined out so far. Now I'm not completely done because I do want to fill in underneath with some actual stone and stuff like that, just make it kind of like a more bunker-esque underneath of here. But I haven't gotten that far yet. And then up here there will be a actual drop to drop down, and then this will be a bubble column to get back up, and then it doesn't interfere with the door in any way, shape, or form. Alright, and we're back. So I've been working on this area, and it's pretty massive, and it's yeah, it's only gonna grow as we well, it's gonna shrink, but it's only gonna get a little bit more expansive as we go. So what I've been doing is I've been putting in this design, same design I used for the door, just using it in here for the storage. And I'm not gonna do a automated storage system. I thought about doing it and I decided against it, mainly just because I don't think I'm going to be able to set up filters for everything, and it's simply just a matter of not having the iron I need to do so. And that's not that big of a deal. I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather just manually sort most times anyways. But if we come up here, the middle bubble column brings us to our second floor, and we can fall down onto the powdered snow and go back to the first floor, and then we use this bubble column to take us all the way up to the top, and then again powdered snow takes us all the way down. Now I don't have a way for us to stop at the second floor, so we'd have to take this, which isn't that big of a deal. I'm not too fussed about that. But yeah, I think this is a good start. I'm going to probably work on this mostly in between episodes. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it finished in this episode because we have some plans tomorrow. When you seeing this, it'll be a week from then, but well, the week passed. But we got some plans to take on the dragon. I already have all the stuff that I need. I've been prepping basically for the past 2 days in between clips, and yeah, now I'm trying to focus on getting some more of this done so that we can finish, at least getting like the first floor done. But I'm gonna have to go and set out some of these. I'm probably just gonna set them on top of these down here. That way they can oxidize while I work. But yeah, this is gonna be our storage, and it is literally the basement of the research facility, which is kind of what I wanted. So we come out here, we got the research facility doing its thing, and then we can go underneath and we have a bunker underground. So yeah, I'm gonna basically just be working on this for the foreseeable future, trying to get this finished. But let me go ahead and tidy up my inventory, and then I will meet you guys up top. Alright, so that's all we have time for today. We got a lot done though. We got our storage going underneath of our research facility, which I will be putting some skulk stuff and a little bit of redstone things in here and there. We got a bee farm going, which we will definitely be needing considering all the copper we're going to be using underneath. And we've got some more cactus now for all of the dyes that we are going to need. But like I said, that's all we have time for today. I have to get ready to go ahead and fight the dragon, which will most likely be the next episode you guys will see. So until next time, I hope you guys have a good one, and be nice to yourselves, be nice to each other, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, bye.